Hello flight simmers, welcome back. Hope you are doing fantastic. Today we are in for the next full flight video, this time again in the PMDG 737 NGXu in the Transavia colors, and yeah, today we are doing a short but I think a very nice flight. So this one is from Lyon down to Olbia, only a 1 hour flight, and very much looking forward to it, especially forward to the approach down in Olbia, since it's a very stunning one actually. So looking forward to get there, not only because of the approach but also because of the weather here in Lyon. So usually we would think Lyon has pretty nice weather, but today not at all. So very rainy at the moment. Also some thunderstorms in the area, which we can't see right now, but according to the meta they are there. So yeah, let's see how it is to get out of Lyon today. We are flying online as well. I'm connected to VATSIM, but currently we are the only traffic here in Lyon, also no ATC online, and I guess we will need to be quite lucky in order to catch some ATC along the way, but yeah, let's see. Maybe if we are lucky we will have some ATC later on for the approach. That would of course be super nice, but if not, then we can also handle on ourselves, of course. Right, baggage is already loaded, all the packs are coming in still in the jetway. Let's get inside the flight deck and start to prepare. So here we are, first things first, route is loaded in. Yeah, well, maybe a note on the FPS, it's once again not too great at the moment. I think that's due to all the clouds and weather around. Let's see if it gets better later on for the approach. I think we can already close up the cargo doors. Yeah, route is loaded in, that's the performance. Also getting this one in. Today we are carrying 150 passengers. So not quite fully booked, but still some people in there nevertheless. And let's see if this works. Load. Okay, there we are. Perfect. All right. So transition here in Lyon is 5,000. That will go in there. We have a cost index of 7 today. Low cost carrier, of course. Alternate is Rome Fiumicino, and we will need 2.9 to get there. And this is including the 30 minutes of final reserves, so 2.9, and flight level will be 350, so some stuff to change. Right, yeah, wind we can also load in straight away. Not too essential for a short flight like this, but we should do it nevertheless, of course. Right, and yeah, then the departure. Or maybe the weather while this is loading. We can look over here. So weather I can quickly tell you, it's I mean, you can see it's not too great. So we have winds from the north, 8 knots from the north, visibility 9 kilometers at the moment, some rain, a few clouds, also thunderstorm clouds around, and 17 degrees, not even that warm. And this means we will depart towards the north, and that will be, I think, runway 35 left is the normal one for the departures here. So that's what we will take as well, and maybe we can even take a shortcut on the runway. It's a very long runway. So what we will do is we will go to the oh, I can show you quickly. I mean, why not? Airport map. Yeah, so we are here. This is 35 left. And I think if we go down on Alpha 6, which is this one, then we still have plenty of runway available. Makes us save a little bit of time on the taxi out. Right, so performance, and then we have the NOTAMs are not available. Why is that? Then I can't change the runway length. That's a bit annoying. Now they are. Okay. So first of all, this goes to meters. And then from Alpha 6, on the charts it says we have 3,020 meters available. So that's shortening of the full length is 4 kilometers. So that will be shortening of 980 meters. 980 like that. Complete. And then we have the NOTAM in there. Conditions are wet. I don't think it's standing water. It's just wet. And then wind was once again 8 knots from 0 to 0. 16 degrees. And then we will go weight and balance. Read from aircraft. Yeah, you can see well within the limits. So 0 fuel weight, easily within there. And of course not a lot of fuel on board as well. Complete. Right, let's go takeoff nevertheless. Optimum aircon will be on, anti-ice will be off. That's in pounds, but that should make no difference. Right, and so that's a flap 5, select temperature 53. In the meanwhile, winds are here. Oh, and we haven't discussed the departure, of course. Okay, sorry, we'll look at the chart in a second. 35 left, and the departure is the Roman to November. Roman to November, there it is. Right, and now we have the performance and one limits. That was, now I forgot, 53. Takeoff, flap 5 and 0 to 0 at 8 like this, and then we had speeds 126, 39, 44. Then we need to change this to wet, I guess. 26, 40, 44, that's close. 26, 39, 44. So let's go 139 here. Cool. Doors. Close. Right, so that's that. Then we have the departure terminal charts. This one is the Roman to November, so we fly out to 4.2 Sun Opry VOR, and then a big 180 degree right hand turn straight down to Whiskey Sierra, and it works like that. So climb on 354 to 3.4 LSE, then to 4.2 LSE as we discussed, then the big right hand turn. Yeah, right. So initial heading will be 354. 354, and then we have an initial climb clearance of flight level 70, and V2 was 144. Right, and flight directors. Auto throttle, VNAV, LNAV. Cool. Alright, jetway is disconnected now. We are getting ready for the pushback. There is the pushback tug coming in. Looking good. Seems like there's still no other traffic around, so that will make it easy for us, of course. Right, checklists are completed so far. Everything is looking good. This can come to TA now. And well, I didn't have the thrust levers on idle, but now they are. Right. Okay, off we go. Timer is running, and so we are good to fire up the engines. We need to remember we are on the 737, so packs are coming off, and then we will start number 2. Wait for N2 to rise to around 20% as always. And fuel is coming in. Very good. And let's start a cutout, starting number 1. Oops, that was my fault. Right, yeah, and 2 rising, looking good. Okay, and then in the meantime, since it will be very short text, we can put on traffic and weather. I know in reality we shouldn't do this until the ground crew is cleared, but here in the sim it's good to save some time. And then terrain, also not too boring today, so off to the east there, the Alps of course. Ah yeah, look at this. Ooh, that will be interesting. That will be quite interesting for the departure. And I hope FPS are not getting too worse now. Okay, starter cutout looking good. Probes are coming on. Packs are coming back to auto. This goes to auto. And generators. And then APU goes off. Right. Before taxi checkers, generators are on. Probe heat is on, anti-ice is off. Although we do need to monitor outside air temperature. Now it's 17. Let's see how it is on the departure itself. Isolation valve is auto. Engine start switches are coming to continuous. Recall is checked. Auto brake. RTO. Engine startlers are idle. Flight controls not checked yet. Ground equipment is clear. I should actually finish the flows first and then do the checklist. So that's full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and rudder, full left, full right, neutral. And now it's checked. And then we will go flaps 5 and trim 4.69. It looks fairly close, to be honest. So this should be good. Right, and so checklist completed. Taxi lights are going on, and maybe turn-offs as well, since it is not too bright out there. And then we are good to go. Right, so we will just taxi down here, take a right-hand turn, and then straight onto the runway. Pretty straightforward today. Yeah, again, I don't think there's any traffic here at the moment. Ooh, now FPS are getting really bad. Sorry about this, maybe let's switch this off, also helps sometimes. There was an active Sky update today, which I've installed, but apparently it did not really help the performance of the sim. Okay, but I'm not local to this airport, so I need to confirm if this is really Alpha 6. Alpha 6, yes it is, perfect. Right, so before takeoff checklist, flaps are set at 5 green lights and stabilizer trim is also set. We have done that. Right, so we might be lucky. Currently there's nothing red on our departure route. Okay, something is messing with my thrust controls here, definitely. That's a bit weird. It's not the few keys, I think. Interesting, okay. And right, that's the runway. So, transponder is coming on, TRA, and then landing lights. Oh, we have the cool LED ones. This is going to strobes. Lights are looking good. Maybe we should confirm that there's no traffic on the arrival. No, I can't see anything on the map, so we are good. Right, and then let's hope for some better weather over in Olbia. All right, so good to go. Starting the timer, thrust to around 50%. Auto throttle and toga. And off we go, airspeed alive. Knots. I think that might get a bit bumpy during the climb out. Rotate. Right, positive rate, gears coming up. Looking really cool with the outside effects. Now it's getting bumpy. Yeah, I think so. This departure was sort of on the edge of what we would be willing to do. I mean, if there would be, the weather would be a bit worse than that, I think I would prefer to stay on the ground and wait until the weather gets through. But I think for this one we're still within the limits. Flaps 2. I was not exactly heading down on the track, that's why the aircraft is correcting a bit now. That's really bumpy. I hope our passengers are not throwing up now. And flaps up. No, and this is not working according to plan here. I was not paying attention on what the aircraft is doing. It did not follow the departure properly. Let's keep climbing 350. Right, level change, 250 knots. Let's try to get up there as quickly as possible. Back to standard. So that was a bit weird. The aircraft did not manage to get back on the right track there. That's why it kept turning to the left. Ah, nice. We're getting there. 10,000. Landing lights are coming off. Now it's getting smoother, so we have already managed to get above the bad weather. Right, so let's go direct to, I think it's Whiskey Sierra NDB. Come on, why is it not working? It should work in theory, or am I mistaken here? That's really weird. No, it's not liking this. Okay, so we will go back to LNAV anyway, and then VNAV also. Oh, come on, what's going on here? Not an intercept heading. Alright, we will figure it out during the cruise. Anyway, yeah, thanks for joining me on this rather bumpy departure, and then I will meet you over at Olbia with hopefully some nice weather for our landing. Enjoy the cruise. So, welcome back everyone. Now we indeed have beautiful weather, absolutely stunning evening here in Sardinia. We have just passed Corsica, which we can still see up there, but now reaching the coastline of Sardinia, and yeah, in fact we are fairly close to Olbia at the moment. We are passing 11,500 right now, and yeah, so we will be landing ILS runway 05, and yeah, very cool approach. Quickly regarding the weather, very nice, 8 knots of wind from 080, so it will be more or less on the nose when we get there, and 28 degrees Celsius, very warm as well, absolutely beautiful. We have dialed in the Minka 3 Romeo arrival, which is very long, so there's a Minka, and then you have this full RNF transition, which is really crazy. I can't believe that this airport ever gets so busy that we would need to make use of that, but that's what they have. But we ourselves today will also get a shortcut, so now we are coming up to Minka, and I think then we will go direct Obimi. Since Obimi, I can show you on the final approach chart, is the initial approach fix, and so yeah, we will go direct Obimi. Then it's a long ILS, 20-mile ILS, but also a bit steeper. It has 3.5 degrees, so that does make a slight difference when flying the approach. So we need to make sure to get the flaps out nice and early. And now let's go Obimi, and I think that's sort of the moment where ATC would clear you for Obimi, and then eventually for the final approach as well. Right, so 9,000. Now we need to descend as low as 6,000 for Obimi, and we can put on the landing lights. Oh, seatbelts still off. Now they're on. Right. So look at this, guys. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, and the approach as well. So I think it's already this valley coming up over here. So then we are descending down into this valley, all the way back there to the east coast of the island. Very beautiful approach indeed. Right, so let's check. So missed approach. Proceed on the radial 053 of SME, which is Esmeralda, climbing to 5000. Right, and yeah, then out on the 21-mile DME arc, so flying very far out even before we head onto the arc. But that's pretty straightforward, since out there's the ocean, so that should not be any trouble. Circle to land, we won't need this today. Minimums are dialed in for category Charlie, 330, that's in here. Altimeters are 1014, already set to local. Right, and now before we meet the final approach, let's enjoy a little bit more of those views. Alright, now getting very close to Obimi, and at Obini we have a speed constraint of 210 knots, so the aircraft is slowing down now, and this is slightly still above the flap up box, so we don't need flaps for that. At the same time, let's make sure we descend lower. 5200 is the next waypoint of Senal, and we can already arm the approach mode, and localizer is captured straight away. We also have the glide slope indication. We are comfortably sitting below the glide slope. That's perfect. Right, and yeah, as mentioned, 3.5 degree profile on the glide, so let's try to be at least on a flap 5 setting when we get there. So let's start to set some flaps now, flaps 2. Right, and let's keep descending a bit further, but we don't need to descend that fast, I guess. Or do we still have the altitudes in here? 4000 above. Now let's go vertical speed, and then we can sort of slowly capture the glide slope. That will make it a bit smoother, and also give us some more time to slow down. And there's already the airport coming into sight. Right, so glide slope is captured, go around altitude 5000. Is set. Let's go flap 10. We are exactly 10 miles out.
2500.
And final approach speed will be 143 plus 5 makes it 148. Yeah, let's already dial it down. We are anyway not slowing down that fast on this glide slope. 148. Then this goes to continuous. We will arm the speed brakes and have the landing checklist. Engine start switches are continuous. Speed brakes are armed. Landing gear is not down. No, we are far too early for the landing checklist. Why did I call it? I don't know. Sorry about this. Getting a bit confused here. Yeah, but you can see it's really hard to slow down now, 7 miles out, and in fact, let's drop the gear early. We are on the safe side here in terms of speed. and flaps 15. And now we're slowly getting there. Flaps 25 and flaps 30. Okay, now we can complete the landing checklist. So landing gear is down and flaps are 30. Green light. Landing checklist completed. I will take the auto throttle and then, yeah, head-up display. I don't think we need it. Very nice visibility, and I will take the aircraft and via visual. Getting rid of the flight director. Right, I would say this looks good so far.
1,000.
A little bit low according to the harpies. It's a little bit bumpy. I think that's just regular turbulences. Right. It's really a beautiful approach. I think also coming in from the ocean side, I think it's also quite nice. But I've never done it. I only did this approach before. Yeah, still looking good.
Minimums.
Continue. Right on the profile, I guess.
50. 30.
Retard.
10.
And there we are. Ooh, very nice. That felt good. Reverse. Yeah, and decel. Manual braking. And idle forward. Yeah, let's take this exit. Then we don't have to go all the way to the end. Cool. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Olbia. First time flying here on the channel. I'm quite happy with the approach and the landing. Let's stop the time. 1 hour and 8 minutes. Come on, where is it? It's hard to hit it. I think now I got it. Right. And flaps are coming up. And this is coming off. Beautiful evening lighting here at the moment. And those are coming off. This is coming to steady. Landing lights are coming off. Taxi lights are coming on. We will fire up the APU. Like that. And then traffic, weather, traffic, terrain. Maybe I should have switched around for the landing here. But never mind. Right, and then we can also set up GSX in just a second. Transponders coming back to traffic advisory only. Any one of those gates will do, so 101 to 105, anything that's free. And I think everything is free. (104). Alright, 104 coming up. Let's switch off those taxi lights. APU generators coming on. APU bleed is running. And let's see where the Marshal is putting us today. I think it's looking quite promising. 30 feet to go. And there we are. Nice. Cutting engines. APU is running. Should be. And killing engines. 1 and 2. Block time. 1 hour and 18 minutes. That's a quick journey down here from Lyon. And then beacons go off. Seatbelts come off. Hydraulics are coming off, probe heats are coming off, window heats as well, and fuel pumps. Right. Asking for deboarding with jetway and shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps are off, probe heats are off, hydraulic panel is set, flaps are up, parking brake is on, engine start levers are cut off, and weather radar is off. Parking checklist completed. So this is it. Welcome to Olbia once again, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this flight as well. I think it was a fun and short and fun flight down here. It's a beautiful airport. Maybe one day we will also depart out of Olbia, which I think is also quite beautiful to see. And maybe we can have a very quick look around. Yeah, see even some ferries and cruise ships and all this kind of stuff in the harbor. Looking rather nice in my opinion. And sun is about to set over the mountains back there. Cool. So, yeah, that's it for today's flight. See you next time, guys. Take care. Bye bye.